Everyone asks what a meaningful life is. But most people never pause long enough to face the real question. Meaningful, to whom? To society? To your parents? To your boss? To strangers on the internet? Or to the small, often ignored voice inside your own mind? The Stoics believe that meaning isn't something you find. Meaning is something you build, consciously, deliberately, and sometimes painfully. But the modern world has made meaning complicated. We measure our worth with numbers, salary, followers, possessions. We confuse busyness with purpose. We trade peace for validation. So let's cut through the noise and get to the Stoic root of it. A meaningful life is not about what you achieve. It's about the kind of person you become while you're alive. And here's the twist: meaning is not grand. It's not glamorous. It's not something you unlock. It's built quietly, in the structure of your daily decisions. This is the Stoic blueprint for a meaningful life, but evolved for a modern mind that's drowning in distractions. Meaning begins where pretense ends. The Stoics believed the biggest obstacle to a meaningful life is self-deception. Not lying to others, that's easy to spot. But lying to yourself. We pretend we want success, when what we actually want is validation. We pretend we want productivity, when what we actually want is escape. We pretend we want happiness, when what we actually want is comfort. And pretense has a cost. You can't build meaning on top of illusions. The Stoic way begins with this brutal clarity. Stop pretending. Face your motives honestly. What drives your choices? What do you chase when no one is watching? What emptiness are you trying to fill? A meaningful life begins the moment you stop performing and start observing yourself without judgment. This honesty is painful. But pain is the doorway to meaning. Meaning comes from alignment, not achievement. Modern life tells you meaning comes from accomplishments. A promotion. A house. A partner. Admiration. Status. The next milestone. The next upgrade. But Stoic thought rejects this completely. You can have everything society calls success, and still feel hollow, anxious, directionless. Why? Because achievement is external. Meaning is internal. The Stoics cared very little about outcomes, and everything about alignment. Are your actions aligned with your values? Are your behaviors aligned with your principles? Are your days aligned with the life you claim to want? Meaning is not a reward. It's a side effect of alignment. A person aligned with their values feels whole, even during loss, rejection, and uncertainty. A person misaligned feels empty, even during praise, comfort, and apparent success. Meaning is not what you do. Meaning is who you are while you do it. Meaning requires stillness in a loud world. The Stoics spoke endlessly about stillness. Not meditation. Not rituals. Not spiritual escape. But the ability to quiet the noise long enough to hear your own thoughts. Modern life makes this almost impossible. Your attention is hijacked by endless content, endless comparisons, endless alerts, endless expectations. Stillness isn't a luxury. It's survival. Because you cannot build a meaningful life if you're living entirely in reaction. The Stoic twist is simple. Stillness is not the absence of activity. Stillness is the absence of inner conflict. Stillness is the clarity that emerges when your actions match your principles. A noisy life with inner peace is far more meaningful. than a peaceful life filled with inner chaos. Meaning requires accepting your limits. Modern self-help says, you can do anything. You can be limitless. You can reinvent yourself endlessly. The Stoics say the opposite. You have limits. Accept them. Work within them. Become exceptional by focusing on what's truly yours. This isn't defeatism. It's liberation. You don't have to chase everything. You don't have to win every race. You don't have to outshine everyone. In fact, meaning is often destroyed by trying to live too many possible lives at once. You must choose your battles with precision. Meaning grows when you sharpen your energy into a handful of commitments that matter, not when you scatter yourself across every desire. A meaningful life is not wide. It is deep. Meaning requires carrying your responsibility. Here's a principle the Stoics refuse to sugarcoat. Meaning comes from responsibility, not freedom, not comfort, not pleasure. Responsibility. Not the burdens others force on you, but the responsibilities you willingly choose. Responsibility is proof of purpose. When you take ownership of something, your growth, your craft, your family, your mind, life stops being random. Meaning appears. Responsibility roots you to the present. It forces you to rise. It gives weight to your days. You cannot feel meaningful if you avoid responsibility. Meaning emerges through transcendence. Here's the deepest Stoic twist. A meaningful life is one that outlives the self. Not through fame or legacy, but through impact. A meaningful life changes how other people think, how they feel, how they live. It can be as simple as raising a child with integrity, helping a friend in crisis, leaving your environment better than you found it, holding yourself to a higher standard, choosing kindness when anger is easier. Meaning grows when your existence reduces suffering in the world, even a little. This is transcendence. And it's the highest Stoic ideal. You don't need a monument. You just need to matter. The Stoics' final answer to meaning. Ask a Stoic what a meaningful life is. And the answer is surprisingly simple. A meaningful life is one that is lived deliberately. Not impulsively. Not reactively. Not blindly. Not in imitation of others. Meaning is built through clarity of thought, alignment of actions, acceptance of limits, responsibility for yourself, stillness in chaos, contribution beyond the self. The world offers distraction, comfort, pleasure, illusion. But meaning comes from the opposite. From seeing clearly, choosing wisely, acting purposefully. And here is the twist worth remembering. A meaningful life is not found at the end of your journey. It is created in the way you take every step. Meaning is not a destination. Meaning is a method. It's how you live, not what you achieve. This is Stoic Principles, where ancient wisdom becomes modern healing. If this helped you find strength in your struggle, like, share, and subscribe.